This situation of lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a drastic decrease in voluntary blood donations at blood banks. And one of the most affected because of this have been thalassemia patients. Today, on International Thalassemia Day, we have a very special guest on board with us. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Vinay Shetty, Vice President of Think Foundation, a non-governmental organization that has been working extensively towards organizing blood donation drives and spreading awareness amongst youngsters about thalassemia. Sir, I would like to ask you what exactly is thalassemia and what are its causes?
Thalassemia major is a very serious genetic blood disorder which is normally detected when the child is less than a year old. The disorder is characterized by the inability to produce appropriate hemoglobin, and as a result, oxygen doesn't get delivered to the different cells, tissues, and organs of the body. The child is dependent on lifelong blood transfusions on an average every 3 weeks. By transfusions, I mean transfusion of red blood cells. Why was the child born a thalassemia major? Both the parents, the mother and the father, were thalassemia minor. Why did they not find out that they were thalassemia minor? There's nothing wrong with being a thalassemia minor in most cases. Thalassemia minors are normal, healthy people. They continue to be healthy, they just don't know. And when both partners in a marriage are thalassemia minor, there's a 25% chance that the child will be a thalassemia major.
So, sir, can a CBC or a complete blood count test reflect if someone has thalassemia minor, or otherwise, what other tests should one undertake for the same?
The CBC is indicative. The MCV and the MCH, the mean corpuscular volume and the mean corpuscular hemoglobin, can be indicative, but it's not conclusive. And therefore, it is necessary for a person to do a test to rule out abnormal hemoglobins. A test for abnormal hemoglobins using an HPLC machine is recommended.
So, we are aware that thalassemia patients require regular blood transfusion, and hospitals across the country are facing a shortage of blood due to minimal blood donations right now. So, what can be done to address the situation, and how can one donate even during the lockdown?
One of the major fallouts of the preparedness for COVID-19 has been in the area of blood donation. Fewer people are going to the blood banks and donating blood, and fewer camps are being organized. People are told not to venture out, to stay home, and not to do something which is avoidable. But can we consider the act of donating blood as avoidable? My request is, it is possible to do both. Be prepared and alert and safe and secure as far as COVID-19 is concerned. At the same time, donate blood. And how can you do that? You can either organize a blood donation camp within the premises of your housing colony. If you have a space within the premises like a clubhouse or an office or a community hall, we could get the blood bank to come to your premises, and people can be called one after the other to come down and donate blood. There will be social distancing and all safety measures will be exercised, and they can go back to their houses having donated blood. The second option is you can go to the nearest blood bank and donate blood. You can call up the blood bank, they'll give you a travel pass in the form of a WhatsApp message, and you can use that travel pass and go to the blood bank and donate blood and get back. These are the two options that are available for people who want to address the situation of adequacy of blood in blood banks.
Now, sir, we know that you come from an engineering background. So, please share with us what led you to establish the Think Foundation and what has been your driving force through all of these years in community service.
Yes, I have an engineering background, and I remember donating blood for the first time when I was in college. I just turned 18. And for some reason, I felt I must organize a blood donation camp in my residential area. I got my friends along with me, and we decided to organize a blood donation camp and approach the blood bank. The blood bank came, and we did a very successful blood donation camp. At the end of the whole thing, I decided I must maintain a list of donors. And I thought people would call me, and then I would be able to send donors. We organized a few more blood donation camps, and the list became bigger. And people who knew me would call me and say, can you send someone who would be positive, A negative, etc., etc. And we would identify a donor and send him to the blood bank. In many cases, I used to accompany the donor. In one such case, me and my friend had accompanied a donor to a hospital. And the doctor in charge of the hospital asked us, "What is your role in this?" And we said, "We organize blood donation camps and we have a list of donors. People call us and we send the donor to the hospital." So she said, "Why don't you do something about thalassemia?" So I said, "I have heard the word thalassemia, something to do with blood, but I don't know much about it." So she put us on to a gentleman who was the parent of a thalassemia major child and also the secretary of the Mumbai Thalassemia Society. And after meeting him, we realized that blood donation is not about having a list of donors. The blood should be already there in the blood banks. So we decided that we must organize a large number of blood donation camps for various blood banks and ensure that the search for blood should not begin after the patient is admitted to the hospital. That was the first realization that we had. We also realized that many of the thalassemia patients have a very difficult time. They don't understand the complete management of thalassemia. So they have to be handheld. So we decided that we must organize thalassemia daycare centers all over the place. The third thing we realized was that we have to prevent thalassemia major by getting youngsters tested for thalassemia minor. This is when we founded Think Foundation, and then it went on and on and on. There was no looking back really. And in fact, the driving force, if you ask me, was the fact that we had such positive thalassemia major patients. By looking at them, we realized that yes, we need to move ahead. There's a lot to be done.
Lastly, sir, is there any other message that you would like to give our youth today?
My message to all the youngsters is, please get tested for thalassemia minor. An estimated 50 million Indians are thalassemia minor. And if you are a minor and your partner in life is also a thalassemia minor, you run the risk of producing a child who is a thalassemia major. This test is a simple single blood test to be done just once in your lifetime. Please get tested for thalassemia minor. The second message is, please donate blood. In India, you can donate blood 4 times a year if you are a male and 3 times a year if you are a female. And right now, in the present scenario of COVID-19, it is very, very important that you donate blood. You can do that by going to the nearest blood bank and donating blood, or you could actually organize a blood donation camp in your residential colony and invite a blood bank over there. The blood bank will exercise all precautions with respect to COVID-19, and donors can come one after the other and donate blood and go back to their residences. But very, very important to donate blood, either by going to the blood bank or in your residential premises. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us on this topic today. And I'm sure a lot of youngsters are encouraged and ready to do their bit in supporting the cause.